Hi, I'm Dr. Renee Clauselle, and today we're diving into the twisted world of narcissists and people who future fake. This is where manipulation is their favorite pastime. From gaslighting to love bombing, they've got a whole arsenal of mind games up their sleeves. But don't worry, we're here to expose their tricks and help you navigate around their manipulative maze. So buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride through the dark side of charisma, charm, and lies. But before we jump in, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. It helps others in need find this content. Please and thank you. Okay, let's get into it. The psychological mechanisms behind future faking is quite the mind game. It's like getting a taste of delicious cake promised to you for later, only to find out it's just crumbs of a cake or a rotten cake. The roller coaster of hopes and dreams and ups and downs can really mess with people's heads big time. It's all smoke and mirrors, leaving people wondering if they'll ever see the cake again if they ever saw it in the first place. It's like a sweet illusion. It's psychological manipulation at its worst because it gets people addicted to the hope and dream that is set up or set you up for a devastating crash. And yes, we do find that narcissists use this technique a lot, as well as people who are just imposters or have imposter syndrome or just people who are faking to be someone that they're not. Um, but a lot of people, unfortunately, use future faking, especially in romantic relationships. So be aware. So, how do they get you addicted? Well, when someone paints a pretty picture for you, you get like a hit of dopamine and other really feel good neurochemicals in your brain. Add to that the oxytocin you feel when you're in love, and wow, that's a pretty powerful chemical cocktail. So you spend the relationship chasing that initial high. Um, and narcissist or fraudulent people who future fake, know this. So you end up putting up with a lot of stuff in the relationship that you wouldn't normally put up with because you're chasing that high. You're chasing that neurochemical cocktail that you had at the beginning of the relationship when they promised you or made all these empty promises. You're chasing this high that you likely will never get. Unwrapping the intricate layers of future faking in a relationship is almost like peeling back the layers of an onion because it can make you cry. But ultimately, it's important because it helps lead to clarity. So it's important to put on your detective hat and investigate. And, this is important because there are a lot of long term effects to people who are victims of future faking and empty promises. It's very painful as the narcissist's mask begins to fall off, or if it's someone who's an imposter, or if you're meeting someone's representative and they do a lot of future faking, as the mask falls off and you see reality. And you recognize that the future they promised what will likely never happen, it can be devastating. It is a form of love bombing. And, you see the narcissist or the imposter, they know this. They know that future faking and love bombing is going to work for you. And the reason why they do this is because they don't want you to see them without their mask. They know that if you were to see them unmasked at the beginning of the relationship, you probably wouldn't deal with them at all. Right? Like, so they show you the mask to make you fall in love, to make you feel like you met your soulmate, to make you even date them at all. It's pretty pathetic. Some of these people are so pathetic and have such low self worth that they know themselves that you wouldn't give them a chance if you saw them unmasked. Unfortunately, there are some long term effects if you've been in a relationship with someone who is future faking or is a narcissist, there are long-term effects: depression, anxiety, inability to trust in future relationships because it does feel like a betrayal. And victims often have a hard time putting the pieces of their lives back together. They often wonder, who was I really in a relationship with? What's real? What's fake? They feel deceived and betrayed. And I often say there are two types of grieving the person goes through. They grieve the person they thought they were in a relationship with. And then secondly, they grieve the ending of the relationship. They often feel like they've been duped, or that they were stupid or silly, or like, how could I have fallen for this? And that is the worst type of betrayal because it makes the person lose a sense of themselves. It makes the person lose a sense of their own ability to gauge what's real and what's fake. Um, Feeling duped or betrayed is one of the hardest hits to your self-worth and your confidence in yourself to know what's real and what's fake in a relationship. Um, this is why you need to become a really good detective, really good at investigating and really vetting future partners. You're worth it, and not everybody gets access to you, right? You really have to make sure that the people that come into your life um, are worth the love that you're going to give. So it can be difficult, it can be challenging. For more support, please click my link below where I have a full class on how to manage romantic relationships with narcissists. And there also is a link below that you can click if you need future support in just psychotherapy. Okay, I hope these tips were helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.